My dear students, today I am going to discuss the second unit of the higher secondary, that is CBSE, that is structure of an atom. I am Dr. Gunasegaran, Professor of Chemistry, is taking class for you. So, under the structure of an atom, I am going to discuss up to BSc level, so that it will be useful not only for NEET but also for IIT. So, under the structure of an atom, I am going to discuss number 1 subunit, atomic theories. Number 2, dual behavior of matter or dual character of matter. 3, quantum numbers and the shapes of orbitals. And 4, electronic configurations. So these 4 subheadings I am going to discuss one by one. Please listen, my dear students. First, let me concentrate atomic theories. You know already the Dalton identified an atom in 1808. He only named it. So after that, many theories were proposed by studying the atom. The first person, Dalton atomic theory, was introduced in 1808. J.J. Thomson atomic theory was introduced in 1880. Rutherford atomic theory was introduced in 1911. Niels Bohr atomic theory was introduced in 1913. Bohr-Sommerfeld atomic theory in 1916. Quantum mechanical theory between 1920 to 1940. This was discussed. So today I am going to discuss each theory, merits and demerits. Also I am going to discuss. Kindly follow. First, let me discuss Dalton's atomic theory introduced in 1808. Very simple single sentence. You need not worry about that. An atom is the smallest indivisible particle. Please follow. During his period, 1808, an atom is the smallest indivisible particle of an element which can take part in chemical change or chemical reaction. This is Dalton's atomic theory. Simple, very simple. During that period, no electron, proton, neutrons were discovered. Only atom. So he called it as indivisible particle. The second person, J.J. Thomson atomic theory. According to J.J. Thomson, an atom is a ball of positive charge. Is a ball of positive charge where electrons are embedded. Please follow. According to J.J. Thomson, an atom is a ball of positive charge. It's a ball of positive charge where electrons are embedded. This model is called plum pudding model. Often question asked. This model is called plum pudding model. And the Thomson model has no nucleus for the atom. So he didn't mention about nucleus. Kindly follow. Number 3. That is, just see what you are seeing, the J.J. Thomson atomic theory proposed by him. This is the original structure was given by him. So just see, it's a circle. Inside a positive charge, electrons are embedded. Just imagine. Okay, next. So once you know Thomson, Now, after that, again, a number of particles were discovered. So we must know what are the particles, what are the important terms you must know. So that the discovery of important atomic particles, I want to give the name and charge, weight and mass and charge. Number one, because sometimes the question may be asked. Number one, electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson. Please follow, just now we have seen J.J. Thomson. And mass is 9.1091 in 10 to the power of minus 31 kilogram. Charge 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. Coulombs. Number two, proton discovered by Goldstein. Person, discoverer Goldstein. The mass is 1.6725 10 to the power of minus 27. This is heavier than electron. And the charge is same. Only it is positive. 1.602 into 10 to the power of 19. Not minus 19, 19. So electron negative, this is positive. But only mass difference is there. That is 10 to the power of minus 31. This is 10 to the power of minus 27. So nearly 4 times. That is 10 to the power of 4 times difference is there. The lastly, neutron discovered by Chadwick. The mass is 1.6750 in 10 to the power of minus 27. This is more or less proton mass slightly greater. That is 1.6767 common. 25 instead of 2550. But 10 to the power of 27 both are identical. So more or less proton and neutron are identical. But charge is neutral. There is no charge. Please follow. Then some more terms I want to discuss under this. Kindly follow. Atomic number. What is atomic number? Atomic number is equal to total number of protons equal to total number of electrons. So if you know the atomic number, total number of proton equal to total number of electron, we can identify easily. So atomic number equal to, for example, the fluorine atomic number 9 means total number of proton 9, total number of electron 9. Then here what is isotope? Elements having same atomic number but different mass number are called isotopes. Specific example, chlorine 1735 and 1737. So atomic number is same, but the mass number is different. So actually, if you go for this we have already discussed under the basic concept of chemistry, relative atomic mass of chlorine. Average relative atomic mass of chlorine is 35.45. This is the actual weight. It is neither 35 nor 37. It is only 35.45. This we have already calculated in the, kindly go to the basic concept of chemistry we have discussed. Next, isobar. What is isobar? Elements having same mass number. Mass number is same, but different atomic number. Just reverse of isotope. Specific example, I am giving potassium and calcium. Atomic number of potassium 19, atomic number of calcium is 20. But if you go for mass number, potassium 40, calcium 40. So elements having same mass number, 40 in both cases, but different atomic number, that is called isobar. Isobar. Then what is isotones? Elements having same number of neutrons. Elements having same number of neutrons. How we have to get the proton, electron, neutron difference? So mass number, suppose you want to know the neutron equal to mass number minus proton. Mass number minus proton will give the neutron or electron. That is nothing but same. So elements having same number of neutron. Just see here example I can give here. You take now oxygen and nitrogen. O8 and 16 mass, atomic number 8. In this case, atomic number 7 nitrogen, mass number 17. So in the mass, kindly see here, so mass in the case of oxygen, 16 minus 8, it is 8. In the case of nitrogen, 15 minus 7, it is 8. So kindly follow. In both cases, neutron is 8. So now we can call it as isotones. So oxygen and nitrogens are examples of isotones. Please, my dear students, remember these three: isotopes, isobar, isotones. Okay, next. Let me concentrate now theory. The third theory. Suppose so far the two theories were only imagination. Dalton and J.J. Thomson, only imagination. But Rutherford proposed atomic theory based on an experiment called alpha scattering experiment. So what you are seeing is the alpha scattering experiment. That is, by heating polonium, Rutherford emitted alpha particles, and these alpha particles are allowed to pass through gold foil. This is the gold foil. And surrounding this there is zinc sulfide screen, detecting screen. So what will happen now? In his experiment, by heating polonium, he allowed alpha particle to pass through this, and the particles behave in different ways. 3 different ways we are going to see. One is, most of the particles are penetrating through the gold foil and hitting on the sulfide, the thin sulfide in the form of fluorescence that can be counted by counter. Very few particles are reflected sideways. Number 2, observation. Third observation is, out of every 20,000 particle, 1 particle is rebound, returning back. These are the 3 observations he observed from this experiment. It's called famous alpha scattering experiment. So just see, I am giving in the form of that is the experiment. This is the imagination. Kindly follow. Imagine there is an atom. The round circle is an atom. Central there is this is the nucleus. Center is nucleus. So most of the alpha particles are coming here. Alpha particles are penetrating, going there without any is going. Most of the particles. Only 1 or 2 get deflected. Just see here, this is the deflected, this is deflected. Second observation. Third is, every 20,000 particles he observed, only 1 particle getting rebound, returning back. So this is the observation. Kindly follow. Let me go far now. So this is the Rutherford experimental observation. So only based on this observation he proposed his theory. So it's a reliable theory, experimentally based theory. 1. According to him, most of the fast moving alpha particles are passed straight through the gold foil. That means the atom is the atom is a circular atom, and the nucleus is occupying at the center, so a fully empty space. So all the alpha particles are penetrating. Number 2, some of the alpha particles were deflected by some angle. That means 1 or 2 particles hitting sideways. Suppose this is the nucleus. If it hits sideways, it is going this way. If it is hitting this sideways, going this way. So some of the alpha particles were deflected by small angles. And the third one, 1 out of every 20,000 particle appeared to rebound, returning back. This is the observation. Based on this observation, he proposed the theory. So his theory is reliable. First one, postulates. I will call it as postulates of Rutherford atomic theory. Rutherford model of atom is called planetary model or nuclear model. Why he is calling it as a nuclear model? Because a nucleus is already discovered. It's at the center, so it is a nuclear model. Because he is a nucleus at the center. And electrons are revolving around the nucleus like planets. That's why it's planetary model. Kindly follow. Number 2. The atom consists of positively charged nucleus at the center, surrounded by negatively charged electrons, revolving around the nucleus like planets revolving around the sun. That's why it is called planetary model or nuclear model. Kindly follow. Next, third postulate. Most of the part of the atom is empty. I told you already. Most of the part of the atom is empty, and he explained the size of the nucleus is 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. 10 to the power of minus 15 meter is the size of the nucleus. It is very, very small. As compared to that of atom, it is the 10 to the power of minus 10 meter. This is atom. This is nucleus. Kindly see. What is the difference? So difference will be 10 to the power of 5. What is the 10 to the power of 5? Nothing but 1 lakh. 50. 1. 50. Just kindly follow. This is 1 lakh. So, I can now compare the size of the atom when you compare with the nucleus. The atomic size is 1 lakh times greater than the nucleus. Very good observation. Very good prediction. Postulate. Okay, next. Electrons are revolving around the nucleus at extremely high speed in closed orbits. Please follow. In closed orbits, so that the centrifugal force due to the motion force, that is FCF equal to me square by r arising from this motion, just balances the force of electrostatic attraction. What is that meaning of this? Kindly follow. First one, F equal to mv squared by r. Second is F equal to ze squared by r squared. So what this is, we'll call it as centrifugal force. This is, we'll call it as electrostatic force due to positive and negative. So since left side equal, so these two are equal. So when they are equal, so the electron therefore do not fall into the nucleus. It is moving on the around the central nucleus. This is the postulate given by Rutherford. Now let me come back the drawbacks of the Rutherford model. Even though he experimentally he gave observation and the postulates, still he had facing a number of problems. So one of the important drawback. Rutherford atomic model does not obey Maxwell law of electrodynamics. This is physics. Maxwell law of electrodynamics. What is that? We state that the revolving electron should continuously radiate energy and hence lose energy. That means any charged body, if it is rotating, it will lose energy, going on, lose energy. That is the Maxwell law of electrodynamics. As a result, its orbit should become smaller and smaller, and finally it should drop into the nucleus, but it does not the case. It all arises. For example, this is number 1, nucleus, electron is here. The second case, now what will happen? Now it is coming here. The electron is here. The orbit is coming smaller and coming smaller. Finally, what will happen now? From this stage to this stage, then smaller, orbit is coming smaller. Then finally, electron will come to the nucleus. But it is not taking place. Why? No reply from Rutherford. No answer from Rutherford. Another most important drawback, during his period, hydrogen spectrum was discovered. Hydrogen spectrum was discovered. That is atomic spectrum of hydrogen. So it does not explain atomic spectrum of hydrogen and the other atoms known at that time. And the other atom, spectrum of other atoms known at that time. So these are the two drawbacks. Okay, let me go for our next model. Just see, this is the hydrogen spectrum. Now it is not useful. I will come later. You can see here. Now, okay, let me show you here. Kindly follow. This is the spectrum obtained during his period, but he didn't explain this, how hydrogen spectrum is obtained. So you compare like this. This is level 1, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6 is going on. That means center is nucleus. This is the 1. This is the 2. This is the 3, like this. We have to imagine. That will be explained later. That is by Bohr. So let us go over now for spectrum. Next one. In the hydrogen spectrum, what is the most important? You have to keep it in mind. Ritz-Bohr equation. This I will come back again after Bohr atomic theory. What is wave number? That is 1 by lambda equal to RH into 1 by N1 squared minus 1 by N2 squared. 1 by N1 squared minus 1 by N2 squared. Kindly follow. Where RH is the Rydberg constant, because Rydberg only identified. So Rydberg constant RH, that value this should be memorized. Problem will be asked. 1.097 into 10 to the power of 7 per meter in 1888 Rydberg discovered. So please remember this Ritz-Bohr equation and Rydberg constant. Let me come back later. So I will go for the next theory, Bohr atomic theory. According to Bohr, kindly follow, each atom consists of a number of stable orbits. Number of stable orbits or stationary orbits, which are all spherical. That's why I have drawn now spherical. Suppose nucleus, first level spherical, second spherical, third spherical is going on. So n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3. So here, only this we are seeing in the form of here. Kindly follow. This is the three level, level 1, level 2, level 3. Please compare these two, don't confuse yourself. In the atom, the first level is this level is indicated here. Second level is indicated, this is the second level, this is the third level. So, kindly follow. Each atom consists of number of stable orbits or stationary orbits, which are all spherical. Number 2, postulate. These stationary orbits or shells are energy level. So we are giving different name. Orbit, shell, energy level. Were numbered from the nucleus. From the center of the nucleus, we have to give the number. The first level 1, second level 2, like that. Towards, outwards, as 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. and are called K, L, M, N, etc. English letter is given K, L, M, N, etc. respectively. N equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Please follow. Now, third postulate, each shell is associated with a definite amount of energy. Kindly follow. Each shell is associated with a definite amount of energy. Both derived equation for that. Derivation I am not bringing here, that is higher level, BSc and MSc level. And the energy associated with the electrons which is revolving in the particular orbit correspond to the energy of the stationary orbit. Suppose if electron is, suppose this is nucleus, electron is in the first level. So whatever energy associated with the first orbit, this electron will have. Suppose in the second orbit, if it is there, if electron is revolving, it will have the energy of second orbit. So each shell is associated with a definite amount of energy, and the energy associated with the electron correspond to energy of the stationary state. Kindly follow. Then another important postulate. The farther the energy level from the nucleus, the greater is the energy associated. Very near to the nucleus, low energy. If it is moving away, it is high energy. Please follow. Okay, next. Now, I am now explaining that size and energy. Only based on here, problem will be asked. My dear students, please note it carefully. First, let me go for energy of an atom. That is particular an electron. En equal to minus E0 by n square, where n nothing but is the stationary level, state, energy level, starting with 1, 2, 3, etc. or K, L, M, and etc. Whereas E0 value, it is already given as 1313.3 kilojoule per mole, or in terms of electron volts, 33.6 electron volts. So if we know the value of n value, you can easily calculate the energy associated with an atom, that is electron, or the particular orbit. Please follow. Now another thing, the size of the atom also, he derived equation to calculate. I am not giving all the equations, only I am giving the final. So Rn equal to, that is radius of any level in the atom, equal to R0 into n square, where R0 into equal to 0.529 or simply 0.53 we can give, 0.529 Armstrong unit, R0. So if you know the value of n, simply multiply by this number, you will get the radius size of the atom. Very, very easy. What is from his equation I am giving here, R equal to 4n squared s squared by 4 by squared z e squared m. If you want, kindly note this one. But I am not deriving because it is not my duty here, you are higher secondary level. Okay, next. So now what you can, if you know the n level, you can calculate the size, you can determine the energy. Now next one, 5. An electron does not radiate energy as long as it remains in the stationary state. Please follow. Now the answer is coming. That means if the electron is rotating in a particular level, is a stationary orbit energy level. So if electron is, as soon as if it is rotating in the first level, it will not emit radiation. Second level, it will not emit radiation. Third level, it will not emit radiation. So an electron does not radiate energy as long as it remains in the same stationary state. The next question then arises: when it will energy will be radiated? So if it is moving from lower to higher, 1 to 2, by absorbing energy, or higher to lower by releasing energy. So we will call it a first absorption spectroscopy. Another is the absorption. Another is releasing energy. Kindly follow. So that I will discuss later when you come for hydrogen spectrum. 6. Absorption and the emission depends upon the nature of heat absorbed or heat released. 6. The angular momentum of an electron moving around the nucleus is quantized. The angular momentum of an electron moving around the nucleus is quantized as it is equal to integral multiple of h by 2 pi, that is mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. N energy level, h Planck's constant, pi constant. So this is the another postulates. Kindly follow. The seventh one, that is the most important. Emission or absorption of radiation occurs only when electron moves from one level to another level. Please follow. One level to another level. The radiation is emitted if the electron moves from higher to lower level, and the radiation is absorbed if the electron moves from a lower level to higher level. So easily we can differentiate this emission spectrum and the absorption spectrum. Now just see, this is the Bohr atomic theory. I have already informed you. Center is nucleus. The first one, level 1, level 2, level 3. This is according to Bohr atomic theory. Kindly follow. Now, before going for drawbacks, now I want to give answer for the Rutherford atomic theory. Defects. Two defects. One is why it is not falling. That is, Bohr is clearly giving information. It is a stationary state. As soon as an electron is moving in a particular stationary state, it will not emit radiation. So answer is given. Number 2. How hydrogen spectrum is obtained? He has given very clear idea. That is level 1, level 2 like this. So from 1 to 3 level. So 2 to 1 emission, 3 to 1 again emission we are getting. So simple line spectrum we are getting from the Bohr atomic theory according to. So that means hydrogen spectrum can be explained by Bohr. But Rutherford did not explain. Now the Bohr atomic theory able to explain. Now you compare these two, they're nothing but same. Now kindly follow, my dear students. Let me go for the hydrogen spectrum, then you can have an idea. Kindly follow. In this case, please memorize this one. Kindly follow. Please memorize this one. The first level, Lyman series, that is UV region. Second level, Palmer series, visible region. Third level, Paschen series, IR. Fourth level, Brackett series, IR. And fifth level, Beefan series, IR. So lowermost UV, then visible, remaining all the three are IR. So question can be asked, what is the level 1 to level 2, level 3, etc. You must know what is Lyman. So in order to memorize, let me give one simple word, please remember. Low BP. My dear students, this is the experience of a teacher to give you to memorize. I am giving the simple low BP. From this word, the letters, you can draw the hydrogen spectrum. How? L, very simple, Lyman, lowermost. There are 2B. So among the 2B, there are one is Palmer, another is Brackett. So which is lower? Just see the alphabetical order BA, BR. So alphabetically A comes first. So Palmer second. So second is Palmer. So the next one is Brackett. The same way there are two P. So again I will take P. Kindly follow. First one Paschen, B, alphabetically A. That is low. The last BF at the top. So if you able to memorize L low BPB, that is LBP, you can able to draw diagram in the examination. From that you can calculate everything you can do. Please remember this hydrogen spectrum. Now let me go for the drawbacks of Bohr atomic theory. What is Bohr atomic theory? It failed to explain fine spectrum of hydrogen spectrum. What is meant by fine spectrum or band spectrum? Because when we place this line spectrum in a magnetic field or electric field, it splits further into number of lines. So only one line we are getting. But one line now it is getting a number of lines. We will call it as a band. How band spectrum is obtained cannot be explained by Bohr. Number 2, it failed to explain spectra of atom more than one electron. This is applicable only for one electron system. So hydrogen H plus, that is only one hydrogen atom we can. Same helium plus we can. One electron system we can. Then 3. Both there is no explanation for Zeeman effect and Stark effect. We will discuss later under the dual character what is Zeeman effect, what is Stark effect. Temporarily I will just give you idea to memorize. M, there is a letter here, it shows magnetic field. So when you place the magnetic field, Zeeman effect, when you place electric field, it is Stark effect. You remember like this. Kindly follow. Now, next I will go for the most important theory, Bohr-Sommerfeld atomic theory. What is Bohr-Sommerfeld atomic theory? 1. Postulates. Each atom consists of number of stable orbits or stationary states. Now, K. Bohr says N, now Sommerfeld, K, which are all elliptical. Please follow, elliptical. It is not circular. Elliptical. Oval shape. So, each atom consists of a number of stable orbital stationary states, K, which are all elliptical. Number 2. The next is giving how many elliptical orbits? There are n-1 elliptical orbits in each energy level, and one of the elliptical orbit is spherical. Please follow, this is the most important. Question can be asked. What is this? n-1 elliptical orbit is there. So for example, first orbit n equal to, kindly follow, n equal to 1 means, so n minus 1 equal to 0. So that means it is only spherical in the first orbit. Suppose n equal to 2 means, so n minus 1, that is given here. So 2 minus 1, so it is 1. That is the second level. Kindly follow, 0 is the first level, 1 is the second level. So that is second level. That means, kindly follow, so all are elliptical orbits. All are elliptical orbits. So we can identify n minus 1 elliptical orbits in each energy level, and one of the elliptical orbits is spherical. So how can you understand this one? Let me give a simple example. Let me take energy level 2. 2 means 2 minus 1, 1. So already the 0 is there. So the energy 2 means first level. This is n equal to 1 means 0. Second level, I will write it as this way. This is the elliptical. K1, this is K2. This is n equal to 2. Kindly follow. K2, n to K equal, it is, we will think of spherical. So in the second level, there is one spherical and one elliptical. Or I simply say, nth level, n minus 1 elliptical orbits there. Please follow, most important. Next one. The angular momentum of an electron moving in the elliptical orbit must also be quantized. Here, given equation mvr equal to kh by 2 pi. Instead of n, he used kh by 2 pi. Please follow. The next 4. The energy depends not only on n but also on k. Please follow. Number 5. Firstly, the velocity of an electron in an elliptical orbit varies. What way? Being greater when the electron is nearer to the nucleus and smaller when it is relatively far away. Suppose this is the nucleus. Here elliptical. So electron is moving now here. So when it is greater when the electron is near the nucleus. When it is nearer, greater. When it is far away, lesser. This is the actually called Kepler's law. Kepler's law. Next one. Now just see now, you compare now, according to Bohr-Chomsky model of an atom, that is we have taken n equal to 4. N equal to 4 means n 4 minus 1 equal to 3 elliptical. 3 elliptical, 1 the circular. 1 circular. So 1 circular is there. So I am giving k equal to 1, k equal to 2, k equal to 3, k equal to 4, n equal to 4. So always 1 circular, remaining will be elliptical. Now you compare, please, my dear students, with the hydrogen spectrum. Kindly, I will explain, kindly follow. So ladies, this is the Lyman 1. This is Palmer. This is Poisson. Okay. Just see how it is. The first level, only one level, circular level. So when it is second level means there are additionally two levels. What are the two now? One is circular, another is elliptical. So there are 2 lines you are getting from here. So when electron jumps from second level to the first level, 2 lines we are getting. 2 lines. So it is not a line spectrum, it is a fine spectrum. Suppose if you come for third means there will be again 3. 1, 2. 2 elliptical and 1 circular. So in that case you will get 3. Kindly follow. Very, this is the hydrogen spectrum you have seen. Compare these two, nothing but same. Please follow. So, this is the hydrogen spectrum. You can see here Lyman from 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1. That is Lyman series. Palmer series, that is here 3 to 2, 4 to 2, 5 to 2, 6 to 2. Then here Poisson 3. So 1, kindly follow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kindly follow. So from that, here they only have to use the corresponding wave number, that is 1 by lambda, that is equal to RH into 1 by n1 squared minus 1 by n2 squared. So this equation, Rydberg equation, we have to apply, and you can identify the wave number and then wavelength, and then energy can be calculated. Kindly follow. Limitation, drawbacks of the Sommerfeld, Bohr-Sommerfeld. This theory failed to explain the spectrum of polyelectronic system. More than one electron, it is not explaining. This model does not take any account for repulsion between 2 electrons in the case of polyelectronic atoms. Number 3, even though they suggested angular momentum in closed orbits are quantized, they could not derive it mathematically. It is only imaginary. They have not derived mathematically. Kindly follow. Now the last one theory I am coming for, quantum mechanical theory. Quantum mechanics theory is the latest theory, allows uncertainty principle. I will come later, uncertainty principle. You need not worry about that. This is the rule, this is the principle we will discuss later. So this theory, by taking into account of uncertainty principle, proposed. Thus, this theory succeeds to explain the behavior of electron correctly related to nucleus, unlike classical theory. Actually, we are going to discuss under the second part, dual character of matter. There are two theories we are going to discuss. One is classical theory, another is mechanical theory, quantum mechanical theory. So, classical theory fails, only quantum mechanical theory succeeds because of uncertainty principle. It is taken into account. Now, various states that are available to an electron and are governed by laws of quantum mechanics. Laws of quantum mechanics. Now, from the quantum theory, and by Schrödinger, he has derived an equation called the Schrödinger wave equation. Kindly follow this equation, not necessary to memorize. Anyhow, if you memorize, it is well and good. Dou squared psi by dou x squared plus dou squared psi by dou y squared, dou squared psi by dou z squared plus 8 by squared m into e minus v into psi divided by s squared equal to 0. This is the Schrödinger wave equation. Only based on this equation, the entire quantum theory was based. Quantum mechanical theory was based. When this equation, quadratic equation was solved, psi have three values or numbers n, l and m. Kindly follow. When this equation was solved, this psi has three values. One is n value, our number is n. I will call it as principal quantum number, n. Number L value, azimuthal quantum number. Third, magnetic quantum number. Then you can raise a question. What is the spin quantum number? Yes, it is not coming under the quantum mechanical theory. Yes, spin quantum number is not derived from Schrödinger wave equation. It is obtained from spectroscopy. It is obtained from spectroscopy, specifically ESR spectra. Electron spin resonance spectroscopy. Spin quantum number of electron was obtained from electron spin resonance spectroscopy. This value is -12. For electron, -12. For proton, it is +4 for spin quantum number. For each nucleus, have a characteristic spin quantum number. If you want, you can just go into the Google and search for all the nucleus will have a characteristic spin quantum number. Proton plus that is plus half, C13 nucleus plus half, and nitrogen plus 1, and this is our electron -1. Okay. So I hope you have enjoyed the theories of structure of an atom. Thanks, my dear students. Dear students, when you are viewing my video in YouTube, kindly click like and subscribe button in YouTube so that my video will come to your house in your phone. So most important is kindly click like and subscribe button in YouTube, please. For NEET entrance coaching, those who are waiting for +1, +2 and +2 completed students, kindly visit our vetri.s site. You can ask, what is the speciality? View our achievement for 20 years of achievement we have shown there. Every year we are getting 15 to 20 numbers of students going to JIPMER. Other colleges, 100 to 150 medical students are joining. And also, in 2003, the R. Srinivasa Raghavan, a student, got All India first rank in JIPMER. Every year, 1 or 2, 3 students are going for all India rank. Everything is there all in the achievement in the home page of the Metidatas. It has 50 to 60 recorded lessons in each subject and 52 NEET model tests, 45 questions taken from 20 years of IIT, AIMS, AIPMT, MSET Andhra, Delhi, Karnataka, Kerala, etc. in each subject including solution. Solution will be in recorded answer. But if you go for any online in India, they will give only returned 2 lines or 3 lines. But we are spending 10 to 15 minutes. We are spending to explain all the explanation, including theory. You can review your answer. That's another feature which is not available in other online. After completing the test, you will get the marks. But you don't know which question you have did wrong, which question you have given correctly. So if you click review, you can see your answer will be in blue color, correct answer will be in yellow color. Easily you can identify your answer is correct or not. And if you have a doubt, you do not approach anybody, a library or any professor. Below there is a video solution. If you click the video, professor will explain easily the problem or theory, definition, everything with 10 to 15 minutes. So nearly 10,000 to 12,000 video solutions are available. So really, if you want to get more than 600 plus marks, 600 plus out of 720, if you want to get, my dear students, kindly pay only 10,000 rupees per year in the name of Santi, Indian Bank, account number 7127199471, IFSC code IDIB000P134, cell number 9894176425. 9894176425. Thank you. See you again.